welcome to Success Superstars, episode number 241, your place for the blueprint of success for peak performers just like you. And my special guest, Lovie, here from the Dallas-Fort Worth area. How are you?
I'm doing great, Mark. How are you today?
I'm just super excited to have you on the show and to gather nuggets of wisdom from you.
Thank you.
Now, tell the audience a little bit about yourself, your real estate sales business, and how long you've been in this amazing profession.
I've been fortunate to be in this business for 4 years. So I just made my fourth year this year. It's very exciting. In my other life before I came here, I was a corporate trainer, and I still do that with JPAR. As you know, I do train a couple of classes a month, and I'm a dissertation student. So I divide my time a lot. I talk to a lot of people. I'm out talking every day, trying to be involved with school activities, teachers, anywhere that I can meet people that may need my help. And it's been a joy. I would never go back to corporate.
Yeah, where you're approaching, a milestone, which is year 5, which is a
Yes.
big milestone for folks in this business. Do you have the outline of what I would call the ideal day and the ideal week? Do you have what I call like the perfect day
I have a
outline?
day. The perfect day would be relative to, I guess, where you are in your business. But for me, it's very important that I connect with people. So I just literally started coaching with Tom Ferry
Hmm.
in the last 2 weeks. So in the last 2 weeks, I've even gotten a little tighter in my path in what I'm trying to do. So the first thing I'm doing, of course, is the CMA a day. You cannot go wrong. If you've been in the business for a year, you have some clients. So a CMA a day is one of the ways to easily reconnect with people. And that's one of the first things my coaches had me do. And it has worked great. The second thing that I really do for my day, I'll start at 10 o'clock making calls. So I'll block off 10 to 12 to make calls with the people that I have talked to before, touching base, whether I'm texting them, emailing them. I try to connect some kind of way. 12 to 1, I'll work on any new leads that I may have that's coming in. I've been doing them as much of that because most of my business has been referrals. But one of the things my coach and I am working on is really starting to work those online leads that I get.
Hmm. Awesome. Well, so going back 4 years from today, if you had the knowledge that you have now back then, would you do something different?
Honestly, I would be more intentional about my connections with people.
Hmm.
When I started in the business, I was very divided with what I was able to take in because I was a year into a dissertation program. So my learning curve was a little longer than most. And the things that I looked at, I felt like I had to know everything before I actually spoke to people. And so I would not do that again. And when I meet new people in training class, I tell them, don't be afraid of what you don't know. If you don't know the answer, let them know you will find out and just be confident with what you do know. And don't trip yourself up by being afraid of what you don't know. And a lot of people won't take action because they are fearful that someone's going to ask something that they don't know and they won't be able to answer it, and their credibility is going to be shot. But honesty and transparency will get you past that.
Well, and here at JPAR, we have so many resources to help them
Absolutely.
get through that pretty quickly. So that's great. So you would get into the doing much faster versus
Absolutely.
yeah,
I tripped myself up. I didn't do anything for the first month because I did not, I was afraid someone's going to ask something I didn't know. So I was just studying,
yeah,
and that's just, of course, analysis by paralysis
yeah, for sure.
or paralysis by analysis.
Now, besides your phone and the MLS, if there was a tool or a resource or something that I took away from you that you couldn't live without, what would it be?
It would be KV Core for me. So my CRM I really love because it allows me to be super intentional, whether I'm setting up drip campaigns or my favorite thing to do really from KV Core is to text a home that I feel like meets every criteria that that client is looking for.
Hmm.
And I've actually acquired, I would say, clients that were talking with other realtors but hadn't decided yet. But I really tuned in and focused on what they were looking for. And I went and found a house that fit their needs. And that has allowed me to gain clients where they weren't signed to anybody because I showed them that I was ready to do the work.
Yeah. Now, I've heard you say several times today the word intentional, intention. Um, is that something that was instilled in you from growing up? Is that something you learned through the School of Hard Knocks? How did you become more intentional?
It really came from the sales trainings that I've had, and even being with my coach for the short time, listening to the other superstars of success that's come through JPAR. Intention is everything. It helps you be accountable, it helps you plan your day, and it helps you focus and not get lost in just life, because life can easily distract you from what you have to do, and you have to pay the bills and you have to serve your people. So my fiduciary duty is to be intentional and to ensure that everything that I'm giving them is going to help them and me get to our goal, which is, of course, to serve them.
Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned pay the bills. I just wrote a blog. It's on jpar.com/blog. 5 ways not to be broke on January 1st.
Amen.
And, we just have about 100 days, maybe 85 working days
Right.
between now and the end of the year. Are you getting more intentional about how you close out this year and how you prepare to get started for the new year?
I am. I mean, of course, moving into the last quarter, everything gets it gets a little bit more exciting because more people buy houses at the end of the year than I ever thought. Christmas sometimes is their big present to themselves and their family.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things I'm doing now, because inventory is coming back and we have so many incentives with our new builders, I'm going back through all the people that obviously couldn't get a house or couldn't secure one when it was so many people fighting for the pre-existing homes. So with the intention now, I'm trying to find out the best incentives in the best locations for my clients. And I'm going back through and setting meetings and appointments so that we can go out and take another look. Because now they're not giving things away, but they're definitely trying to make it easier for you to acquire it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, any words of wisdom for the audience as we move forward through now to the end of the year?
Yes. I mean, what I try to say is keep faith first, be consistent in what you do, and be accountable to what you say you're going to do, because that is going to keep you on top of your game and growing.
Hey, we could call that FAA,
FAA.
faith, accountability. Yeah, I love it. And action, right? Faith, accountability, and action.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's your FAA. There you go. I love it.
Hey, thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations on your success. And I love that you're sharing it with others as a trainer for us, as a trainer for others, and really serving and pouring into your community, which I know they know that you care. And when they know you care,
Indeed.
That's good things happen.
Absolutely. I get most of my business has been referral business. That's why I'm really glad I'm in the coaching, because I want to build outside of that. But because of referrals this 4 years, I've been able to make a living and grow beyond what I did as a corporate trainer. So I'm very excited about that.
How does it feel, in a sense, to control your own destiny?
It is something that you cannot imagine until you actually live it. I've seen people, I'd look out my window from my office training like you have now, and I'd wonder, why do you have all this free time to be driving up and down the highway? I see people, and now I understand why. They're serving people in a different way.
Yeah. Well, there we go. That's a wrap for this episode, and we'll be back next week with more insights for the blueprint of success for peak performers just like you. Until then, may your choices reflect your hopes and not your fears.